Hi everyone. Okay, so this is a very, oh my gosh, this is a very confusing energy for me to try to read. So we're gonna get through it. We're gonna talk through it. But this card has been coming up nonstop for the past couple of days. Someone could be ignoring you because this does feel like this is in regards to somebody that you care very deeply about, whether this is a friend or it is somebody romantic. Because I've also been hearing a lot of like sad love songs recently, and honestly this morning I've been hearing a lot of sad love songs, and then this card has been coming up nonstop, and then I turn on the camera and it's the first card out again. And it's the Four of Swords. And then in my deck, it's like her just not giving an F, just ignoring what is right in front of her because she just can't be bothered. And you could have reached out to somebody via text, call, email, whatever this is, and you could have gotten nothing back. Like no response, nothing. Or this is you ignoring somebody because you don't want to give them the time of day, but it almost feels like you are on the receiving end of this ghosting, right? It feels like you are the one that has been ghosted. And there's a lot of longing that you have for this person. It feels like you would wait for them forever almost, or it's like you have been waiting on them for a long time. This could have been like you texted them days ago and they still haven't gotten back to you kind of energy. Someone's ignoring you, and we're gonna figure out why, okay? Because it's been coming up nonstop for the past couple days. Okay. Okay. We have Googled it, so I'm qualified, and this flew out. You guys could literally be Googling what is going on with this person, why they aren't texting you back, like, what are the possibilities, literally like putting into ChatGPT of just being like, why hasn't this person contacted me? Do they like me? Do they not like me? You are fully doing your research, okay? You're trying to figure out every single angle. You're trying to get all the information that you can to really decipher, like, what is going on here? Why won't they call me back? Why won't they text me back? It's a very, like, anxious energy. But that's really funny because the first thing I thought of was ChatGPT and, like, asking AI, just like, why does this guy not like me? Why does this girl not like me? I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, I put myself out there and I got ghosted. It's just like you're looking for reassurance, but it's like fully online. This isn't you like asking your friend or like ranting to your friend. This is you like asking Google. It's being like, this could be like if you're dating or if this is like a Scorpio man, for instance, you could be Googling like, why has Scorpio man not responded to me in 5 days? It's that. It's like you're putting in the research. You're trying to figure out what is going on here. And I mean, you're being quite strategic and intelligent about it. You're trying to get out of your head and you're trying to find like cold hard facts. Not that asking ChatGPT is finding cold hard facts, but you know what I mean. It's like you're trying to get all the information. This could be keeping you up at night. You could be losing sleep over this person, and if you're not losing sleep over this person, this moon card right here just shows me that this ghosting, this rejection that you're feeling from them is just bringing up a lot of deep-rooted insecurities that maybe haven't surfaced for a really long time. Maybe you didn't even know they were there. It just feels like this was a surprise. You're like, I thought they liked me back. I thought this was going really well. Why aren't they talking to me anymore? Dang, and this bed rotting energy has been coming up a lot too, where it's like, you're just like sad. It doesn't feel like a depression. It just feels like you're just kind of laying in bed, asking ChatGPT what's going on, asking Google what's going on. You're just overthinking it, and it's just leaving you like a little empty inside. That's what it feels like. You know, you're just sad. You're like, I liked them. It's just a very like, not melancholy, it's not that deep, but honestly it might be that deep. Honestly, it might be that deep. You're just kind of wallowing in it, you know, a bit, and that's totally valid because you care about this person. This energy isn't going to last forever. You are just in that period of time where it hurts. I can't say that word. This rejection hurts. And the fact that I'm stumbling over saying the word rejection is funny to me. Nobody else but to me. So you could be fully in denial that they're rejecting you. Because I can't even get the word out. And I don't know why. It's like I can't get it out. So you could be fully in denial that they really ghosted you, that they're really ignoring you and don't want to talk to you. Like, you could be in full denial. You're like, no, maybe something happened, like, you know. But there's also this feeling of you being like blaming yourself a bit, like second guessing maybe things that you said, things that you did, and you're like, well, maybe they're upset with me, maybe they're mad at me. It's like you're pointing the finger onto yourself, and you could be also Googling that too, just being like, you know, what are some things that I could have done to make him not want to talk to me ever again, you know? And it's like, it's just going around in your head, and again, you could be losing sleep over this, but I also see that as this is just bringing up a lot of deep-rooted insecurities that you maybe didn't even know that you had, or they could have just been kept down for a really long time, especially if you're not somebody who makes the first move very often. Maybe you did something that was a bit out of your comfort zone, like you could have asked somebody out first, you could have reached. It came out again. It put it back in and it came out again. Okay. But you could be somebody who's not used to making the first move, or reaching out first, calling first, but you did. You wanted to see this person. You wanted to spend time with them. You wanted them to know that you were thinking about them, so you reached out. And you got nothing back. So these could be new feelings that are coming up. If this is something that has never happened before, you could be like, nobody's ever turned me down. Like, this never happens to me, you know? It's kind of like you're just going through the motions. And so these same cards, it's kind of insane. These same cards have been coming up for the past like 3 days now. But I do want to acknowledge that, dang. I do want to acknowledge that it does hurt and it sucks to be rejected, to be ghosted, to not be taken seriously, or that feeling of like, well, they could have told me that they weren't interested. They could have said something, but instead they left me here wondering what I did wrong. And that hurts, especially when you care, because then you start overthinking, you start losing sleep, you start to blame yourself, and it leaves you in this like bed rotting energy where you just let that empty, lonely feeling kind of consume you. You know, it's that feeling of just feeling like you're not good enough for this person, and then you convince yourself in turn that you're not good enough for anybody, which is not true, obviously. You'll remember that, and this could hurt even more, especially if you were very kind to this person. It's random that this is coming up, but it has been coming up. So you could have been overly kind to this person. You could have really like put yourself out there, like put your heart on your sleeve, shown up for them in ways they didn't show up for you. You could have given them energy that you normally wouldn't give to somebody else. Maybe this is kindness that you only save for like your close friends and family, but somehow you felt comfortable opening up to them in that way, in that warm way, and you gave them a version of yourself that you normally wouldn't that quickly with somebody. So that could be why it hurts even more, because you're like, but I put myself out there, you know. But in the past couple of days, this has always been the outcome card. You are walking away from this, okay? The advice here is, as hard as it is to walk away from somebody that you care about, especially when there's no closure. Why did I say it like that? When there's no closure. Why am I stumbling over certain words? So it's like, that could be so hard. It's like, part of you could really, why did I say that so weird? Maybe you're somebody that really needs closure, or it just hurts that you know that you're not going to get any with this person. You just have to accept that it's over, it's done, it's a closed chapter, and that you did what you needed to do to put yourself out there, show this person that you cared about them. It wasn't received back in the way that you needed, and you say, okay, it's time to leave. And that's it. And that has always been the outcome. And I know that it hurts. I know that it sucks, because you're just like, but I thought we liked each other. This doesn't make any sense, but you really do just have to kind of choose your peace right now. That just is the advice here. You have to choose your peace. You have to walk away from this. You have to put your phone down, get out of bed, and start focusing on things that actually make you happy. Start focusing on the people in your life who actually show up for you, who actually give you the time and attention that you deserve. And let go of this person who does not care enough about you to ease your mind, let you down easy, or just straight up respond to a single text or call. Or like, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. Okay, you're not asking for much. And they can't even do that. And that tells you everything that you need to know about this person. At least you're finding this out now before getting in too deep with them, you know? And that sucks. Okay. This sucks because this person was really charming. You really liked this person. You felt a really strong connection with them. Okay. You could have felt an intense connection with them that you haven't felt with anybody else. That's this type of an energy. Unfortunately, some people are just charming like that, and they're charming like that with everybody. This could have been a player that you fell for, and it sucks when you're like, I thought it was different with me, and you're having to realize that it wasn't, that they do this to everybody. And that's not to say they didn't care about you, right? This could just be somebody who wasn't ready to settle down, maybe saw that you wanted more than they did. I'm sure they could tell that no, they could, because you're coming up as this very kind woman or person. And they saw that in you. They saw that you were very sensitive and empathetic and sweet. You could be very innocent as well. They saw that in you. Honestly, they could be doing you a favor by not responding to you. Them turning you down could make them feel really terrible. So it almost feels like they just didn't want to say anything at all. And on the receiving end, you're like, but I would rather you just tell me. You're like, I would rather you just tell me you didn't like me and then I could move on, But that's not how they feel. They don't want to hurt you. So this connection that you were feeling, you didn't make this up in your head, okay? There was a strong connection between you two. It just was never meant to work out. And the way that this person handled turning you down or walking away from you was very childish. And that sucks. However, it is time for you to put your phone down, stop putting all of your focus on this person, and start to focus on yourself, and give that sweet, kind energy back to yourself, because this person does not deserve the energy that you are putting out trying to attract them back in. They don't deserve that. It was never meant to work out, no matter how cute and charming this person was, because they were cute and charming. They charmed you. But it was never meant to work out. It was just meant to be a good, fun memory. This person could have been brought into your life to remind you that you could still feel butterflies. This person could have warmed you up for the next person who is coming in. Does that make sense? Some people are brought into our lives to get us excited again, to make us feel again, but they weren't meant to last very long. Like, they weren't meant to be your lifelong partner. They were just meant to come in to remind you that you can be loved and that you can love again, that you can open your heart up again. Sometimes you need that reminder before the real thing comes in. This person was never meant to be in your life forever. And that's going to be the hard, that's what you're struggling with right now, because you could have really thought that they were. But it's like, it was just meant to be a good, fun memory. And when you do meet your person in the future, you're going to look back on this and realize that you're glad it didn't work out with them, because why would you ever want somebody? Why would you ever want to be with somebody who can't even text you back? Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys.